Hello and welcome to Gaming in the Yesteryears. Today I'll be talking about the memories I had with the game called Megaman X. When I first got this game as a kid, it was, how to put it, I got it on Christmas. 1 second. I got it on Christmas. And sorry if you hear my phone going off, that is, I'm getting messages. I got this game for Christmas, while my neighbor had it too, but I wasn't able to get it, so my parents got me this with my first Super Nintendo. And my first Super Nintendo, well, Super Nintendo, everybody had one. You were the kid if you had one. If you didn't, you're like, oh, you're that kid who had a Sega, or, nothing at all, just a regular Nintendo. And I was like, oh man. But I got Mega Man X. It was my first real game other than the Mario Party Pack, or Super Mario All-Stars, which was, everybody had Super Mario All-Stars. It came bundled with the, it was bundled with the Super Nintendo. These stupid things. Oh wow. But it was actually my first Mega Man game as well. And no joke, this was my first real Mega Man game. And I was like, oh man. And I had the toughest time beating this game. This game was so, I was so infatuated with it. My brother didn't get a Super Nintendo. We were 5 years apart, so it was just me playing this, and I was terrible at this game. At every game when you first get it, you're like, oh, am I really just gonna die on this early stage? I'm really gonna die on this early stage. Holy shit. That was the first. It would've sucked. I had this game, a lot of people had different games growing up. And, of course, I was able to get Mega Man. And I was like, oh man, this game is so cool. I couldn't figure out how to beat certain bosses. It was like, okay, do I need to do this or that? And how I figured that out was, I would go with my parents to in any shopping center, and I would be just like, oh, let me go dig up the Tips and Tricks magazine section. And I was like, oh, let me dig up the magazine section. And I was like, okay. And it was like, oh, there's a heart container here, here, and here. And I was like, oh, can I do it? And yeah, beat me. Shoot that little thingy. There you go, thank you. I've actually died on this before. And I had to figure out a lot of this stuff on my own. And this game, oh, 1 sec. There we go. I had to figure everything out on my own. We didn't have the internet, so I just had this game, and then I was like, who's this cool guy in red armor? And I was like, oh, I want to be him. I didn't figure that out until Mega Man X3. And this was actually my first Mega Man game that I have beaten on my own. And when I beat it, it was just like the biggest accomplishment I've ever had. Yeah, I've beaten a few games here and there, but I was incompetent. I couldn't figure out how to beat a damn game. And this was the first big game I had challenges with. Like learning to use, oh, you need Chill Penguin's ice shotgun thing to beat Spark Mandrill. And you use that Spark Mandrill thing against Armored Armadillo. And then you use Rolling Shield against Launch Octopus, and you use the torpedoes against Boomer Quanger, and then use Boomer Quanger's thing against Sting Chameleon, and you use Sting Chameleon Sting against Storm Eagle, and then you use Storm Eagle Sting against Flame Mammoth, and it's just a big circle. Then you use Flame Mammoth against Chill Penguin. But that was when I first figured, okay, I beat Chill Penguin first. I get that. Normally I would go, okay, let me go fight Spark Mandrill. But then I was like, wait a minute. I'm gonna figure out how to actively do Storm Eagle. Storm Eagle was just the same thing. But I didn't have very many friends growing up. I had like 2 friends, probably. And like, I'd always go over to their house and just play games, but when I got my own Super Nintendo, my first Super Nintendo, with my 2 games, Mega Man X was always with me. I always had that game. And it holds like the biggest memory I've ever had of like any gaming experience. And it was always there, like every time I get home from school, I'd have it. And it was no joke that I would just have it. And I would just have it and just go home and just play this game. Yeah, I would do my homework and just go and play Mega Man X. Because I was like, I know I can beat this game. I know I can beat this game. And then when I finally beat the game, it wasn't just, oh, I'm done with the game. I always, like any kid growing up, it's like, oh, there's gotta be some sort of secrets. There's always gotta be secrets they haven't found. I don't want to be that person. And thanks, I hate them so much. And I didn't figure anything out until much later. Stop laughing at me. But I didn't figure anything out. Like, I didn't figure out the secret stuff that you would get. Like like the secret weapon at the end of the game was, if you got everything from every boss and you beat every boss, got all heart containers, sub containers, filled them up, and then go to a certain stage and beat it, you would get Ryu's Hadoken. And I was like, holy crap, I didn't know about that. Oddly, at this point, I'd never even played Street Fighter. I played Mega Man, and me playing Mega Man was the first time how I found out. It's like, what's the secret weapon? It's like, it looks so cool, kills boss. Like, I didn't even know how to use it. Straight up, I did not. I was a loser kid. I did not figure out how to do it. And when I ended up playing Street Fighter, it finally registered with me going, this is where that thing came from. And then I figured out how to use it. Like, just, you know, your quarters, your default, you know, everyone knows that, you know, move. Hadoken, yeah. I didn't figure that out until after playing Street Fighter, but I saw it first in Mega Man X. And so, like, this, I know I'm being so nostalgic. This was the only reason why I keep coming back to Mega Man X was, it was like the first Mega Man game I've beaten. And you always have, you know, you will always remember, this is the first game I've ever beaten. Legitly, you know, all the way with no help, anything. And like, after I beat the game, it was very hard. There were times that I spent my entire summer vacation as a kid trying to beat Mega Man X. And it was like I didn't even beat it until just after summer, and I sat down one day. I was like, look, I can finally beat this game. I've had this game for nearly a year, and I finally did it. I finally beat the game. I put the controller down on the floor, and I sat back like, I've done it. I honestly done it. And with that, I will leave you at, this has been Revolt Woody, and this has been Gaming in the YesterYears with Mega Man X.